Guess what, everybody? The shorter days and cooler nights can only mean one thing. Summer is slowly coming to an end. How's that to digest with your breakfast this morning? But here's the thing. As you start working on your late summer to-do list, be sure to keep your lawn in mind. Joining us with sustainable and easy tips to keep your lawn thriving all year round. All year round. That's a tall order here, Owen.
I agree.
Owen Reeves is here, obviously our gardening expert. Nice to see you.
You too.
Okay, so we're going to walk through some of these steps. The first one you're going to talk about is raking.
Yeah, so a lot of times at this point in the year, people's lawns, it's been a hot, dry summer. A little bit less here in southern Ontario, but a lot of the country, hot and dry, so the lawn is probably more yellow than green. So the first step is going to be raking, and what we're trying to do there with a rake like this, we call this a spring back rake, is to get the dead thatch out. So that's all the matted grass that gets stuck, and then you get leaves and whatever other debris. And we're trying to expose the surface of the soil around the grass, because one of the big steps that we're going to be doing is overseeding, and that works a lot better if you've got that soil exposed. Get all that compost out, put it in your composter.
I'm going to pretend, because that rake is apparently too big for this bowl.
I don't think it's going to fit in the bowl. You're right.
No, it didn't. So is this the right technique?
Something like that.
Maybe not push.
Imagine there's a bunch of dead grass on the top there. That's
It's more like this. Okay. So
right,
there's that.
exactly.
Okay, so that's the first step. You're going to do that, and then we're going to fertilize, right?
Well, absolutely. So we're going to fertilize, and I have switched to all organic for our fertilizing.
How come?
Both in the garden. Sustainability is a big piece, and what we're getting with organic fertilizer is always slow release. So what that means is, if anybody's ever had a problem of putting lawn fertilizer down, you put it down too much or whatever, and your lawn gets torched, that's never going to happen with organic, and it lasts longer. And the other cool thing with organic is we're putting compost in, because that's basically what this is. It's dried and pelletized compost. So that's going to help the health of the soil. So it's not only feeding the existing plants, it's helping the soil, which helps to keep your grass, and same thing in your garden, much healthier. So that's really, really handy. And it's also something, this is a Canadian-made product, which I love.
Yeah.
And you don't need to do it as often, which is a big plus.
Good.
And also, you don't need to switch products over the course of the year. So if you're using what we call synthetic fertilizer, the regular kind, you want to switch to a fall fertilizer at this point in the year. So normally you'd have something that the first number is super high. We don't want that so high at this time of year. So this one,
the fall fertilizer.
You want to switch to a fall where we've got the third number is the highest. That's going to help the roots of the grass more than anything. So switch to that for the fall. But
okay, I want to make sure we get through everything. So can we, let's talk about top dressing?
Yeah, so that's basically this. So we're going to put a thin layer of lawn soil. I like using bag soil. The main reason, there's no weeds in this. That's a big plus when it comes to your lawn. Thin layer, like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. So a bag goes a long way. Also, your rake is handy to rake that out. And that's what we're doing to prep to put our grass seed down. So overseeding is the next thing.
Do we want to do that?
Definitely. Overseeding is like the most important step.
The most.
Yeah, so, and use a spreader. This is one of those things where you'll get a lot better coverage. You'll actually get the proper coverage out of the bag. Use a spreader, a little one like this, or if you have one of the push spreaders, if you have a bigger lawn, that will go a long way to making sure you actually get good value out of the bag. That is the most important step. I would say even more than fertilizing, do the overseeding.
What about watering?
Watering is really key, and the mistake I find people make is maybe the wrong time of day. Early morning is the best. So if you've got an irrigation system, set it to go on at 5 or 6 a.m. If you've got sprinklers that you run on a timer, don't run them at night, don't run them during the day. Morning is the best, and run it less often. No more than every 2 days.
Okay, what about, how do we feel about mowing? Because I hear you and your wife have different views on this.
Yeah, so mowing, this is my, if you remember one thing, let your grass grow taller. People mow their grass too short. It stresses the grass out. It turns yellow as a result, and you need more watering, more fertilizing, more overseeding. So unless you're a golf course professional and you want to be out there all the time doing that, just let your grass grow taller. It'll be healthier. It'll be happier. It stays greener longer, and it produces its own seed, which is really handy.
Right.
So you don't have to do as much overseeding. Shades weeds out. There's like a million reasons. Just let your grass grow taller. So set the mower deck higher on your lawn.
Is that what
all you got to do?
Is that what you do for your stash too? Like,
yeah, right?
It's a classic.
You have to, you know, there's a right level. Yeah. Can't have it too short, can't have it too long.
Oh, and it looks good.
Thank you.
And so will your lawn after this segment. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.